The crystalline chamber of the Galactic Tribunal stretched impossibly high, its walls pulsing with bioluminescent veins that cast an otherworldly glow across the assembled representatives of 57 species. Ambassador Chen Wei stood alone, at the center, her hands clasped behind her back, a slight smile playing at the corners of her mouth as she surveyed the alien faces glowering down at her. Human. The lead arbiter's voice resonated through the chamber, its 6 arms writhing. In what Chen had learned was a display of supreme authority among the Zephyrian people. You stand accused of 47 counts of violation of Galactic Treaty 4.7 Alpha, including but not limited to unauthorized terraforming, aggressive expansion into contested sectors, and the creature paused dramatically. Deliberate contamination of sterile worlds with what your species calls weeds. Chen's smile widened. Your Honor, if I may. Silence. The tribunal's collective roar shook dust from the ancient walls. The evidence is irrefutable. In the past century, humanity has spread across 93 systems, turning pristine worlds into... The arbiter struggled to find words strong enough to convey its disgust. Gardens? Chen offered helpfully. A chittering sound arose from the insectoid delegation, their equivalent of scandalized gasps. The ethereal collective's representative, a being of pure energy barely contained within a shimmering force field, flickered with what Chen recognized as rage. This is precisely the attitude that has brought you before us, thundered the crystalline consortium speaker, its voice like grinding stone. Your species shows no respect for the natural order, no understanding of the delicate balance that has maintained galactic peace for millennia. Chen looked around the chamber, taking in the floating seats of the aquatic depth dwellers, the carefully climate-controlled pods of the methane-breathing Titan collective, the radiation shields protecting the energy beings from the chamber's standard atmosphere. Each species had requirements so specific, so narrow, that they could barely exist in the same space without extensive technological intervention. May I ask? Chen said, her voice carrying clearly through the vast space. How many worlds can sustain your species naturally without technological assistance? The chamber fell silent. The arbiter's arms twitched in irritation. That is irrelevant to these proceedings. Is it? Chen began walking slowly around the chamber's perimeter, her boots echoing against the polished floor. The Zephyrians require precisely 2.3 atmospheres of pressure and temperatures between 40 and 20 Celsius. The depth dwellers need complete submersion in methane ammonia solutions. The Titanics can only survive in environments with radiation, levels that would kill most organic life within minutes. She paused, looking up at each delegation in turn. How many worlds in this galaxy can you live on without transforming them first? The difference, hissed the depth dweller representative, through its translation unit, is that we do not multiply like a plague across every surface we touch. Ah, Chen nodded sagely. There's the real issue, isn't it? Not that we terraform, everyone does that. It's that we're successful at it. The tribunal erupted in indignant protests. Through the cacophony, Chen's voice cut clear and strong. For every world humanity has settled, we've created ecosystems that support not just us but dozens of other species. Our weeds have prevented soil erosion on 17 worlds. Our contamination has created atmospheric processors that have made previously uninhabitable planets breathable for 6 different species in this very chamber. The arbiter raised its arms for silence. The tribunal has heard enough. Humanity, you are found guilty on all counts. The sentence is immediate cessation of all expansion activities and withdrawal from all worlds settled in the past 50 years. You will confine yourselves to your original system and... Chen's laughter filled the chamber. Not bitter or mocking, but genuine, delighted laughter that echoed off the crystalline walls like music. You want us to kneel, she said, wiping tears from her eyes. You want us to cower and beg forgiveness for the crime of thriving. She looked around the chamber again, but this time her expression was filled with something that made several delegates shift uncomfortably in their specialized habitats. Do you know what humans call a species that can only survive in one specific environment? Chen asked. Endangered. She gestured toward the viewing portal where stars glittered in the darkness beyond. Every single one of your species is desperately clinging to the few worlds that can support your narrow existence. You've spent millennia perfecting the art of survival while we mastered the art of living. The chamber had grown deathly quiet. You see our expansion as aggression, but we see it as an invitation. Every world we terraform becomes a potential home not just for humans, but for anyone willing to adapt. Your people could walk freely on our worlds, breathe our air, drink our water. We've offered this gift to the galaxy, and you respond by trying to cage us. Chen straightened, and something in her posture made the ancient chamber seem suddenly small. Here's what's going to happen, she said, her voice carrying the weight of 10 billion humans behind it. We're going to continue doing exactly what we've been doing. We're going to keep turning dead rocks into living worlds. We're going to keep spreading life throughout the galaxy. And if any of your species ever decides they want to join us, really join us, not just coexist, they'll find we make room at the table. She headed toward the chamber's exit, then paused. Oh, and that sentence of yours, consider it rejected. If you want humanity to kneel, you're welcome to try to make us. Her smile was bright and terrible. Bring a lunch, it might take a while. The massive doors sealed behind her, leaving the Galactic Tribunal in stunned silence, staring at the empty space where one small human had just redefined the balance of power in the galaxy. Outside, among the stars that called to them, humanity continued its ancient dance of adaptation and growth, turning the universe itself into something magnificent and alive. After all, they were only human, and for them that had always been enough.